and making sure everything's good. Don't want to delete the main scene because that sounds like something I would do before the intro. Is delete the intro. That'd be like a whole new level of screwing up that even I couldn't be proud of.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Super Desperation Radio!
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Super Desperation Radio.
Radio, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to another exciting episode of Super Desperation Radio. Brought to you by Hell Pockets and Friends.
We definitely didn't. He didn't even get through the intro. Like he didn't even make it through the words.
Dude, I went in that like full tilt with all my both eyes closed, and I just like hit the banana peel, fell down to like 8 flights of stairs. Tried to get back up and like the ground gave way underneath me, and I was just like, "Screw
Fuck it up, Ken. Fuck it up.
We're going down, guys. Let's go down right." How's everybody doing? Yeah, great. Like I said, welcome to another great episode of Super Desperation Radio. We've got a few things to cover today, but we're also going to be bringing you some gameplay from the awesome KOF XIV Online, which I say is awesome because we spent almost an entire day yesterday playing in the party mode. That was myself, Manchester here, Gibby, Walkman, and Mecha MacGyver, Alex Sanchez, and it was pretty amazing.
Yeah, I mean, the netplay feels way better in party battle mode. It's kind of weird.
Yeah,
but at least it works somewhat.
It works in a way that it was playable. I mean, and all right, sidebar, me and Gibby just played that match just now, and if you remember, it too was incredible. I gotta fix that. All right, cool.
Yeah, really. Sorry.
Ah!
Yeah, I blew it up.
So
that was not my fault.
The thing about both party mode and online seems like 14 is super hit or miss, because I've seen some people just like it's the worst shit ever, and then some connections people will have like, this is an amazing connection, it's just great, and I'm like, what?
So what I've also noticed is that
Anthony, mute yourself in Skype.
Oh, sorry about that. When I played in a room hosted by my friend Huber Dozer, my connection was better with Gibby. Like, I could actually play against him as opposed to when either of us hosted. And but it was weird. It was like you need someone to host, but then it doesn't make everything good, and sometimes you can get better connections but not the best. So there's a lot that goes into it, and it just seems kind of odd, you know?
So it's almost like you need a bridging connection?
I guess for now. I don't know what it is. Maybe party battle, really does more of the peer-to-peer, while when you create a room, since if the leader leaves, it works more like they're the host, or they're the server. So hopefully something will click and make it more peer-to-peer, or whatever the heck party battle uses, just on a 1-to-1 scale, which I would imagine wouldn't be that hard unless it takes from everybody in the room. So I doubt that happens.
Like maybe it just like cuts everybody, like cut everybody's connection depending on how good one person's is.
Yeah, no, I don't know. It was weird, but I mean, it was working. So
yeah,
I've played matches with Huber yesterday for about an hour, and it was basically perfect. And for the most part, the party battle yesterday was great. There was obviously like 1 or 2 guys that like hopped in the rotation that had bad connections with anyone they played.
Obviously, probably like Wi-Fi across the something. I don't know exactly.
Yeah, net zero over like 2 different routers and a wireless access point from the 90s.
Exactly.
That goddamn NAC player that just had like
DOCSIS 1 modem.
Yeah.
I don't like. There was that one NAC player who he just like it just kept freezing like every 15 seconds, and as soon as I beat him, it all went perfect again. I'm like,
oh yeah,
we gotta ban that guy.
Earthlink DSL, man.
Jesus. Back. No offense to whoever that was. Please come back for another party battle Sunday, hopefully. But You might want to grease that thing up a little bit.
Yeah.
But this thing
Motivate
really,
the hamsters powering your Connect.
possibly, maybe feed them once in a while. You know,
Yeah.
Things need
Lubricate
sustenance.
that internet.
Bottom line though, it works really well when it's working. Like I just said, me and Gibby just had a casual match, and it was actually like playing offline just a couple seconds ago.
Yeah, it seems really like it just depends. And then, so when I first played Huber, it was good, and then his internet died, and then we tried again. It was awful. But then he restarted, or he remade the room, and it was good. So it's like, I don't know. It's got to be feeling it or something. Some very strange situation. But,
Well, the important thing is that they've already said that they have a fix, so maybe they know exactly what went wrong. Like, maybe Party Battle is supposed to be like the standard we're to expect,
yeah,
That's
I
what
hope.
and something
I'm
just went
thinking.
awry. Like, you know.
That's what I'm thinking, because I can't imagine they would just say, "Oh, hey guys, we got a patch coming out next week. We're just waiting for a review and confirmation on whether or not we can bring it out," which is more of a post, yeah, we got a fix kind of thing. I doubt they would do that if they didn't have a fix. That seems like something
Yeah.
they would wait on, you know?
So here's hoping.
Yeah.
Because when it's playable, it's great. Like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
actually learn matchups and almost react to things as you would normally would.
Exactly. Like I actually reacted to some of the things yesterday that I thought was going to be like just stupid broken, but all it really
Yeah.
took was like some real life, like situational stuff, pretty much. So that's good. I think this will be a great game you can learn online if they can nail that down.
We shall see.
Yeah, I mean, we just have to wait and see. I mean, they don't have a release date yet. All they said was that it was hopefully coming out this week. They could end up pushing something back. Obviously, nothing's set in stone, so we'll have to just wait for that.
Make it work, and make it work quickly, please.
Yeah. I've got no complaints otherwise, you know, like people are enjoying the game. We just had a couple of tournaments this last weekend. One was on East Coast, New York, I believe, was beat down in Chinatown. And we also had Absolute Battle 7, which was Texas's inaugural KOF 14 tournament, or VCO 1, not ON VCO 1. But Nerd Josh, TS Nerd Josh, friend of the show, came in second place.
Yep.
It was Bird Josh. Apparently, that name is following him around because he's getting harassed by Uber drivers as Bird Josh.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah, he
driver.
posted that on Twitter earlier.
Apparently, an Uber driver. I referred to him as Bird Josh, and he was not that comfortable.
Hey, how about a little less talky, a little more drivey? I mean, I just want to go home.
He's like, so Bird Josh, those grand finals, I had a lot of money riding on that. It's a little disappointing. So no, that's really cool to see Josh really taking this game seriously. He told me when we were at Evo that he really wanted to play this game, not really full time, but he was going to spend a lot of time with it. So I'm glad that it's paying off for him.
Well, you know, a lot of people don't realize that, you know, Josh actually played a lot of the KOFs, even the really bad ones.
Yeah, he did.
Probably especially the really bad ones.
Yeah, I was going to say, actually, he probably spent more time with those.
I'm 100% sure all he did was play KOF 11.
Wow.
That, you know what, that just sounds like something that him and Mizuki and, who else? Probably Zerp. They probably just sat around, actually, just playing really bad KOFs at times.
I'd imagine Kuma, because he was in for the 13 stuff as well. I'd imagine he'd be down.
Yeah.
I mean, there's also Min.
Yeah.
And SK.
All of them. Actually, I'll probably just literally all of them.
Yeah, that's kind of something that I always knew Nerd Josh for. Like, even back during the Cross Tekken days, we would always talk about just like games that weren't Capcom and shit like that. So it's always a little surprising to me that people are just actually surprised that he plays KOF at a competent level, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
besides, he's just a good player all around. Doesn't even matter if he's played the game before. He can adapt to that shit pretty quickly.
Yeah.
He's got a great mind for it.
You got to remember though, like obviously the whole streaming and esports thing. While definitely there was documentation and footage of games in the past, you know, you necessarily wouldn't have an all-inclusive, you know, or an all-exhaustive like way to see what people were playing or what they were talking about. You know, social media wasn't as big. You had forums, but not everybody knew where to look.
Yeah,
so,
forums
like,
have been wiped since then. So.
Oh yeah, so like a lot of history is pretty much verbal at this point. You might get a couple of match videos here and there, you know, old like 320 by 240 like MOV files on some random website or something like that.
No, not MOV. Real.
RM?
Oh,
RM?
man.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Remember when it became Real 1? That shit sucked. I thought it was cool because it looked all Web 2.0, but it was
Dude,
shit.
you
But
know
I
what
digress.
You know what I realized the other day?
Did
That's a
you
pain in the ass. Is looking up match footage for certain, usernames back in the day.
Oh boy.
Because somebody asked me, it's like, man, who were good rock players for CVS2? I was like, there weren't that many, but you had OTK, you had Combo Fiend, and then you had Mr. Bean. And I was like, yeah, let me just look up some Mr. Bean footage on YouTube. No, man, I am not like 25 pages in, and I'm like, you know what? I didn't know there were this many Mr. Bean movies. Like,
Wow.
there was a Mr. Bean animated series? I didn't know that shit.
Really?
But fucking, there's clips of it.
Can't even get the whole movie. Now, see, the problem with that is like, that's one of those things where you go looking for something specific and you're just like sidetracked forever. And then you're like, shit, I really want to see this Mr. Bean animated movie, but it's not on YouTube.
Yeah,
This is one of those times that everybody is sort of wishing that other scenes had their own Preppy.
Oh, yeah.
Because Preppy sort of has curated the Marvel 2 footage for God since basically the beginning of the game.
time in
And and it's all there. If you ever really want to know about the history of the game, go find Preppy's website.
We had so Gunsmith used to do it way back when. Like he had damn near every goddamn tournament for SNK stuff on his site, along with Cyber Fanatics.
Mhm.
But people didn't like paying server fees or whatever. No one saved the files, so it's all gone.
Yep.
It sucks.
This is why we don't have Fear Slash anymore.
Well, yeah, Fear Slash died for plenty of reasons. But I mean, when it became a Melty Blood site, that was it. It was done.
Wow.
How dare you?
This isn't a joke. It really, like, when it became Melty Blood, everyone's like, "What? This site used to be a serious fighting game website. Now it's about Melty Blood."
About dojins.
I was
and
like,
shit.
"Damn."
Don
Melty
John.
Blood was. I played the first Melty Blood. It was good.
This website used to have class. What happened? Wow.
But yeah, it sucks. Like I was telling Alex this on Twitter, I wrote a bunch of guides for old SNK games on Fear Slash, and if I have it saved, it's on this old hard drive that I cannot access anymore because it doesn't want to work.
Oh boy, it's time to ghost the drive.
Yeah,
exactly.
It pisses me off because there's so much content that was made back in the day that for KOF specifically that people didn't discover until like 13 came out. They're like, "What? No one ever knew this." I'm like, "Yeah, I made a video about this shit back in 2001 or 2002, 2003, explaining how it works." "No, you didn't." "Yes, I did." And like the only person who will remember, Gunsmith. And,
Yo, Ian in the chat is saying maybe email has it all.
Oh, Emil.
no, he doesn't.
Yeah,
He wasn't around at the time.
Oh, okay.
He's like a 07, 08 player, right?
Oh, is he? I had no idea.
Somewhere around there, like mid 2000s. But it sucked because even back then it was hard to find resources for King of Fighters, and no one knew anything. They saw combo videos and had no idea how it worked.
all you would find was just
Combo
combo
makers, and combo makers refused to explain how stuff worked. So a lot of people had to find stuff out on their own, and that's why I took it upon myself to find out how glitches worked and did all this shit, and it was fun. And I had an old buddy of mine who I've known since 2001 and never saw until 2007. He went by LWK. Alex, you probably know him.
Yeah.
This guy lives like 45 minutes from me, and I never saw him up until Evo 2007. I'm like, "Oh man, where'd all those videos go?" "Oh man, they all went away." He had a website called what was it, deadlyrave.com, and that took over Fear Slash. But once again, he didn't want to take care of server fees. Everything he uploaded died. Now we had a bunch of videos. The only person that might have anything right now is James Chen, because he archived every goddamn video he's ever seen.
What about? Well, speaking, we were talking about the Team Spooky guys. I wonder if any of them has stuff floating around.
It might,
I mean, SK collects really bad shit, so he might have old combo videos from like 2000 or something like.
Yeah,
I don't know if he'd have matches. He might have just like CMVs and stuff.
Even if he has the combo videos, or like say what do they call it, tech videos and shit, that'd be great, because there's a lot of stuff that was shown off way back when that no one understands, no one believes, and it drives me nuts. I had detailed videos, and they're gone.
You know, you should actually just put that up on the SDR Twitter account. Just kind of like asking.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be really cool because, like, again, like, this is kind of like the history of stuff, you know, like, did you know that there was a player named Inoue, and then there's also this new cat, Kazunoko, you know?
They're one and the same! I thought they were twins or some shit. Turns out, same guy.
That's my exhibition dream, to see Inoue versus Kazunoko in a old school, new school Guilty Gear match.
What the fuck, man?
I think Inoue would win because he's old school, right? That's how it works.
Yeah, obviously.
Oh, damn, that's what it was.
But like with that, it'd be really cool if like everybody really did get together and kind of just create like an encyclopedia of the bits and pieces of the history of the FGC that existed. You know, like a really going back and.
Well, you know. It's always weird because I know I've had a couple hard drives with old Acho Guilty Gear tournaments on them, but I don't know if I still have them because at the time, you know, you just watched the tournaments and normally you deleted the videos because, man, that stuff took up space, and you know we didn't have big hard drives back then, so I don't know. I actually need to check to see if I still have some of those old.
And then there was YouTube came about in like what 04, 05 or some shit.
Something like
and
that.
it sucked. You had to register
something like that.
You had to register for a director's account, and if you didn't get a director's account, you could only upload 10-minute videos, which was fine in most cases. But the majority of say like KOF videos from back then, the match videos, they were all in real media format, so you couldn't put it into Windows Movie Maker and edit it, which really sucked. And at the time, that was what I used because I was stupid. I couldn't use anything else.
I don't think it was until like people started making stuff in like WMV standard that you could really cut things up regularly. I know that happened for at least for the KOF 11 videos. Like people just uploaded WMVs of those, and that was like the easiest to separate and whatnot. But then again, it was also around the time around the time that YouTube was coming in, so that stuff was still like, you know, downloadable only on GoForBroke.net and shit. So
God, Go for Broke.
Yeah.
But what about combo videos?
ComboVideos.com, man. Take a shower.
None of these were video opera.
Oh my god.
That was the best one because it had the frame data explanation.
Oh, Jesus. No, that was... Man, we really made do with some shit back then, didn't we?
You gotta do what you had to do.
Yeah.
Now things are
I was
easy.
about to say, like, it used to be you had to go on, like, either if you didn't have one of those sites, you had to go on IRC and ask people to serve the videos.
Right.
Yo, hit me up with the XDCC. Do you need the direct connect? Give me that shit.
Oh my god, direct connect.
I used to have my own XDCC bot. I used to be someone to give back to the community in my youth.
In my youth.
I don't know if that dates me or anything.
A little bit.
I mean...
I still remember the days of people sitting on IRC because somebody like Viscount would be there, like, you know, like giving out results.
Oh,
like, he'd
yeah.
be, like, texting somebody from the venue or something like that, and then he'd be on IRC, like, giving out results as they happened.
Oh, shit, he beat so-and-so, no way!
You know, I know Knox still has some of the old DVDs. He's gonna swing by this week. I'm gonna talk to him, bring him over. I'll see if I can rip him.
What does he have? Do you know?
He used to have basically anything that had a DVD out for it between 03 and 07. He has.
Oh wow!
So he should have decent stuff. Like I know some of it's on YouTube right now, like all the Texas Showdown stuff, all the old Evo stuff. But I know he has other stuff, SBO, Japanese tournaments. He had his old FHD DVD, which was great because it was a combo vid tournament and super play. For those who don't know, super plays were basically I don't want to say speed runs now, but it's essentially a speed run, a 1cc. It's just like bullying your way through the game without dying. No, what are they? No miss. That's what they call them. So we used to call them super plays back in the day. This DVD has him fighting the Ox at the end, and just like destroying the entire game. So great. That might be on YouTube though. And then I can talk to BBH, see what he has. The problem with the SNK community is there aren't very many old people who've been around. While Knock is old, he joined the SNK scene in 03, 04-ish. But he became like a staple very fast because he was good, he understood stuff, he was a good source of content. And I think BBH and I might be the oldest and longest running people in the States that have actively been doing stuff. and BBH and I have stories. Oh, do we have stories?
Gotta definitely get that. That even if we just get it verbal, like the interviews, like History Channel. Oh yeah, I remember that back in Battle of the Bay 3. You know, fucking. We had to run our own tournaments across the street because they wouldn't let us in K players in.
No, it pissed me off. It pissed me off because I've known BBH for 17 years now, I think. 17, 18 years. And
Shit.
I thought no one knew him as long as I have. And it turns out Zero-chan has known him for 22 years. And I'm no longer the BBH king. Yeah. It upsets me. I'm like, what? When they told me this at Evo, I was about to cry. I'm like, man, I thought I was special. Here I am, just some random bum with a broken back and bald.
Yeah, you guys were playing SNK games before they were in color.
Yeah,
Right?
Back on the Spectrum ZX.
It's fucking
Playing
Four
SNK
colors.
games before they had 8 bits, man. That shit's crazy.
I was playing Manic Miner and Athena, or not Athena. It was what's it called? Fucking Psycho Soldier.
Psycho Soldier, yeah, there we go.
That was on the Spectrum. God, that game looked like shit because it only had 4 colors.
It was the Spectrum, dude. There was no good at that point, man.
They were just happy a game was out at that time, man.
Yeah, we had fun back then, and a lot of us went out of our way to like try to document or remember things, or just, we'd come to fucking arcades with notepads and just like jot down notes and shit. Because one thing that got a few people is like, hey, you know, they have these big Capcom tournaments, they get covered by fucking tips and tricks and all these other magazines, whatever. We want that, and we never got that, and we never had numbers like Capcom tournaments had. So it was
So more
It's
the same,
numbers.
basically.
Finger quotes, numbers.
well, okay, relative to the time. Okay,
I'm just thinking about that time, and we're like, man,
Full
numbers
bracket
back
of
then. You're
8.
like 60 people. This is crazy.
yeah.
That would be crazy though, man. Like when I went to my first like local annual tournament at SS State, and there were like maybe 60, 70 people that showed up, and I was like, holy shit, like these are a bunch of people that I don't even know. Like maybe 10 people here I recognize, and they're all here to play with me.
Who are
in my
these
favorite
people?
games.
I have no idea who they are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you try to talk to them, and they're just like, "What the fuck, man? Get out of here!"
Well, one thing that stood out to me the most was the second time I went to Southern Hills Golfland, because I would play at a Family Fun all the time, and I would like people would say like, "Oh, there's all these good players at Southern Hills. They'll fuck you up in KOF and all these SNK games." Like, okay, fine. First time I went, it was like legit dead. It was a weekend. There was Street Fighter. There was like an Alpha 3 tournament going on, but the KOF stuff was just dead. You had random people jumping on it, playing in between turns, and they were competent, but they were bad. And then the next time I went, everyone was like, "Yeah, there's this big ass tournament coming up. You know, there's like fucking we're gonna be doing this thing for Marvel, all these other games." Oh, okay, cool. Well, I go, shit was fucking packed. I've never seen an arcade that packed for a tournament. And I was like, holy shit. And I started playing people in KOF, like, oh, these people are good. This is fun. Who is this guy that's beat me? He can't speak English.
you wait all your life for something like that, because if you're like in my position where you're playing like, you know, Reload for fucking 5 years against the same 3 people, and then one day like 40 random dudes who had been like maybe 50 minutes away from you for the last 4 years show up to a tournament, and they're just like, oh yeah, you've been playing at the shitty arcade for the last 5 years. There's been a better one at UC Berkeley this whole time.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of how it was. Family Fun wasn't considered the shitty arcade because Family Fun, Super Arcade, and Southern Hills Golfland all had different comp, and there were other arcades back in the day too, but those were like some of the big ones people went to, and it kind of sucked because no one could travel between arcades at the time because we were all like fairly young and broke as shit, either in college, in school, or no jobs, one or the other. So it was frustrating trying to play certain people and like all trying to coordinate when some of us didn't have internet. It was bad.
No, yeah, you had to like kind of just meet people randomly and hopefully have their phone numbers and stuff, and hopefully they were home when you called them.
Mm-hmm. No, and you would call someone, their mom picks up the phone.
Yeah, man.
Hi, I'm looking for a Lord BBH. What? Who? Lord BBH? Who's that?
There ain't no damn Lord BBW here. Hang up.
Wow.
Get your free AOL time discs. You know, get like a free like 1,000 minutes and just jump on AIM real quick and be like, "Hey, what's up, man?"
Check it out. My first 3 to 4 years on the internet were all AOL discs and Net Zero. I had 40 hours of Net Zero that I would blow through in like a week, just talking to people on IRC. It was sucked.
Jesus,
God.
I didn't know that you could get unlimited internet if you paid for it. I also downloaded ROMs at 56K. It took me like 9 hours to download Mark of the Wolves at the time.
Yeah, I remember when. Okay, so my friend had first shown me what exactly emulation was, and I was like, "This is the sickest shit." Are you telling me I can play games at home? What the fuck? Like, it was just blowing my mind. I'm like, about that time was like when I really was like first like really understanding what SNK was. Back then, I really didn't know what game companies were outside of like Capcom. I played Mega Man all the fucking time, or Technos. Crashing the Boys is the fucking best game I've ever played in my fucking life.
Yeah, baby.
But like, I didn't realize that I've been playing SNK games my whole life, like fucking Guerrilla Wars, Chrysalis, like shit like that. I'm like, oh wait,
Guerrilla War was the sickest.
and my brother was just like, yo, there's this fucking forum I go to, SNK Capcom. They got fucking. There's other fighting games out there by Street Fighter. I'm like, no fucking way. I found out about that shit too. Like, the first I had already bought was like for like a console one. I'm like, this is pretty sick, And then I found out about emulation. I'm like, dude, I want to fucking play 98, and it's like 50 megabytes, and they're just like, oh shit, we need to download this, Roman. Fucking, we need 3 solid hours of nobody calling the house. So just fucking be cool. Don't. Try and distract mom. Don't let her know that we gotta get off the internet. We gotta download this. You get one game. You play that shit for fucking days, hours, because you didn't have the speed. We'd be like, "Hey, this game sucks. Let's go on to the next one." It was just fucking. You really appreciated that shit back in the day.
You know what saved me and killed my computer at the same time? Download managers.
Oh my god.
So people would call, and the download would pause, but it would get saved. The moment I reconnect to the internet, boom, everything downloads again. But I had so much malware and viruses on my computer.
That's why I
bad.
actually got good at like fixing computers and shit, because if things got fucked up, I'd get yelled at. Eventually, even stuff that wasn't my fault, just like hardware failure, I'd just be like, fuck it, I'm fixing it now because I'm gonna get yelled at, and like nobody was the wiser at some point. Eventually, I was just good enough to just something broke, fucking the computer would still work by the time someone else came back to it. It didn't matter. God damn, the good old days.
They weren't that good. Like the bad old days.
Like this is the thing, they weren't good, but I enjoyed the shit out of them.
Yeah,
There's a lot of special stuff that came out of that time. I still remember like first time I saw MAME and what that meant. And I was like, wait, I can play all those arcade games on a computer? That's wild.
Yeah.
I had
my buddy had downloaded like because he was on the internet a lot before I was, but he was just like, I found a zip file that had all these games in it, 200 megabytes of just MAME ROMs. Excellent. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. It was
the MAME. I loved MAME, and then when I saw Neo Rage X, I fucking lost it because I'm like, I never have to pull out my Neo Geo games ever again. What? The collector's value will stay intact. Look, I had some expensive games. Goddamn. I don't want to damage them with insertion marks that will piss collectors off. But the thing I liked about Neo Rage X, you were able to. It was very simple. You can rip the sound files from the computer or from the game. You can make the games run smoother because some of the older, like say, some of the newer SNK games for Neo Geo, like Mark of the Wolves, Last Blade, whatever, they all have like slowdown to it. You can remove the backgrounds, you can remove bits and pieces and play the game. And it made it so much better. It was great.
Man.
Such a great emulator.
I just remember that, like, getting Neo Rage X, and then I got one of those, I don't remember what the controller was called. It wasn't the Gravis Gamepad Pro that everybody had. I had one of those.
You probably had a Cytec.
It was the one that looked like, it was like a boomerang, but like clear purple plastic.
Cytec.
Okay, so yeah, I remember having one of those. I'm like, this controller's fucking amazing, dude. Like, I could pull out all my inputs. I could do all the special moves with this shit. I was just fucking loving that shit back in the day.
I had a Gravis Gamepad Pro that I broke within 3 days. It comes. So it was. Do I have a control? Okay, so check it out. I'm going to show the camera right now. So for those who don't know, the Gravis Gamepad Pro looked very similar to like a PlayStation control.
Yeah.
Okay, it had a little. It had a screw-in piece here in the middle of the D-pad. You just take a little stick that's like about that long, and you screw it in, and boom, you got yourself a joystick. And like serious shit, it would say you can play a stick just like arcade games, and it showed like Street Fighter on the box and shit. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
And then I snapped that thing within like, not shitting you, like 10 seconds, 20 seconds. And And I'm looking at it, I'm like, what the fuck?
You know what? I actually think I have that exact Gravis pad somewhere in my apartment. It's
I think
probably like
everybody
a
had
slightly newer version of it, because I would have probably gotten it, I don't know, 07 or 08, but definitely have something like that.
I think everybody had one of those because they were like, "Yo, I play all my games on PlayStation and the PlayStation Pad 6. I could plug this one into my computer." And boy, was the quality 100% worse than a PlayStation Pad. But you know,
I still remember the original Gravis pads that kind of looked like mutated SNES pads.
Oh
Jesus,
yeah.
I had no idea what those things were when I first saw them. It took me like a year to like understand, like, oh, it's a PC pad.
Those things were so fucking shitty. My God. My cousins had one, and I remember trying to play the original Duke Nukem on it, and I was like, this thing is the most unresponsive piece of fucking trash.
We're talking Duke 1? Like DOS
Yeah.
Duke? Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Das Duke.
Shooting out those noodle lasers and
Yeah,
platforming?
side-scroller, baby. Side-scroll.
I've been playing games for too long.
Dude.
Oh shit, what is this? Chris, did you see what we were tagged in?
What are we tagged in? What?
This is amazing!
I remember using Norton Commander instead of DOS.
Holy!
That's actually really fucking sick.
This is a really good picture. Guys, you need to open up Twitter right now and look at this picture.
Oh my
Phenomenal.
god.
This is great.
I'm afraid.
It's,
No, it's legit good.
it's really good.
Got here.
Yeah, but like, Kyera was bad, right? And also, everyone debated, is it Kyera or is it Kyera? Which one was it? So everyone's like, yeah, everyone's like,
I've never heard somebody say Kyera. I've always heard Kyera.
Who the fuck said Kyera?
That's what I'm saying.
take a wild guess.
Oh my god.
I mean,
Look at it, it's got two L's in it. Who
I'm
do you
just gonna
think-
say this: whenever you would look for Kyera servers, there was like New York, LA, and then everything else was either Latin American or Brazilian.
No, there was there was a lot of Texas. So there was a lot of Texas, Chicago, Florida, New York, and there was LA had the worst servers. The best server we had was Genesis, and that was the shoddiest server in the world. There was God Weapon, there was Ace. What was it? I forgot the other one, but God Weapon was the big East Coast server, and that was in Florida. Texas had, I forgot what Texas had, but from what I'm told, a lot of them are still around, and that was the only way some people could play. Like it sucked, but like a bunch of people I knew, like I played BBH on fucking Kyera way back when all the time.
Dude,
like,
Josh talks about playing on Kyera a lot.
You know what was dope? So the party battle that KOF 14 has, Kyera had that shit. You can play 6-player 98. It was dope as fuck. It was so good, and you can have 4 people join in on one game. Let's say you're playing Street Fighter. You have 4 people jump in. The first 2 people play each other, and then you hit like I think it was F4, and then it rotates. It goes 1 2 3 4, and then it rotates to 1 3 2 4. And it's like, oh, sick. So now you're playing a different person. It's dope as fuck. Oh my god,
Man,
it's so
did
bad.
any of you ever play on X-Band?
Oh, dude.
That
I played on X-Band when it first came out, and I got free internet. I didn't know what the internet really was at the time, and when I found out I had to pay money for it, I was like, no, I can't do that. And then my dad smacked the shit out of me when he found out that we had to pay money for it. So I played X-Band. I played X-Band for I think 1 week because that was the free internet trial I had, and my avatar was a flaming skull of some sort.
I never got to use that program because I think the first attempt I wanted to use for like net-based anything was Sega Channel, and first of all they didn't.
Damn, I
offer it
wanted
here,
Sega
man.
Channel so bad when I was a kid.
Dude,
but we had to
Sega
subscribe to it, and my parents were like, "Hell no!" That was the reason we didn't have X-Band either.
Yeah, same thing. So I just had to watch to look at it in GamePro videos and stuff or GamePro magazines, but it sounded fun.
Oh yeah, no, that's like there was some games that you actually couldn't play in America for the most part. Like I still remember the stories of people being like, "Yo, did you ever play Pulse Man? The game's fucking sick. It's like Sonic mixed with Mega Man on Sega. It's on Sega Channel." And everyone's like, "You're a fucking liar. That game didn't come out. What the fuck are you talking about?" But it was literally only on Sega Channel for like 2 weeks, and then Sega Channel died because it came out in like '98 or some shit.
Yeah, it died pretty quickly.
Well, of course it died when it came out in '98. Look at what else came out in '98. Goddamn.
But nothing's gonna stop.
Because it's 1998.
Exactly.
You guys are all fucking done. I wanted to honestly play the Wily Wars, the Mega Man remake.
Oh yeah.
I've heard after the fact that they're not actually that good, but at the time I was like, whoa, it's original Mega Man with upgraded graphics. That shit's awesome.
That was back in the days where like even some of like the most mediocre of games would still be pretty good to us.
No, because like you were saying earlier, you didn't have a ton of options, so you treasured everything you got.
Yeah, like if
Now
you got
it's
like a 5 out of 10 game, you'd be like, yo, shit, I still had a good time with that. I'd rent it like every other weekend
it's like,
or something.
you know, like I got Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers for the NES, and I beat it the first day I had it, and I was disappointed. But then it's like, well, I got to make do with this. So you just played it every day anyway. Now it's like you get 8 games from the Humble Bundle for $5, and you throw 7 of them away, and you're like, oh, I played this one game for 2 hours.
Pretty much.
Bought that Capcom one just for Strider to get it for $1.
Yeah,
It was
exactly.
like, yeah, you got Puzzle Strider and all this other shit. I was like, yeah, good luck with that.
Yo, it's got HDR though.
Hey, they can fucking HDR these nuts.
Digital games are so disposable. Like when you had something that was physical, you had to make it work. You didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
Especially since back then we didn't really have used game shops either. Your options were kind of, hopefully, you know, for some kids it was like maybe try to trade it to your friends or sell it to your friends, but
Yeah, the best options I think I had was that every now and again the mom and pop rental store would kind of just like sell old inventory. So like you might be able to roll through and be like, yo, you can get Mega Man X for like $10. Like, yeah, fuck yeah, I want that.
oh yeah, dude, that was the best part.
I don't know what you guys are on. I had Game Dude, okay? The largest video game store in the universe. And yeah, if you guys have never heard of Game Dude, that place is a goddamn ripoff. It's always been a ripoff. I lived like serious shit. I lived like a 5-minute walk from it most of my life when I was younger, and I would just go there and buy shit. I'm like, yeah, let's do this. That's where I would get Neo Geo games for cheap and use games, and oh man, it was good. But man, fuck that place.
all I had in San Francisco was we had mostly bootleg shops from like, you know, in the Asian territories. Like Noriega had a bunch of bootleg shops, but they had this one shop called Games Etc. out there, which was like the import place for like NorCal. And they just had like, they rented everything, they sold everything. That's where I first played KOF 94 on Cab. Like that place had fucking everything. I'm actually surprised it went under because, like, considering nothing really replaced it and there was still a huge demand for that shit. Like, I can only imagine that like the family running the shop just became billionaires and quit.
We got it.
You said Games Etc.
Games Etc. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that may have been a chain because we definitely had one down here, ran by some Middle Eastern people. And the only reason we ever went there when I was younger is because my dad knew the owner.
It might have been.
And yeah, that's where I got my Neo Geo from.
Like, yeah, they definitely sold Neo Geos there. Like, I remember I went there and I was like, oh shit, like, the Neo Geo has a console, and I must have been like, what, like fucking 12 or 11 at the time? And I'm like, well, how much does one of those cost? They were like $800. I was like, what?
They had different levels of the console. You could get it for as cheap as $500.
Yeah,
you get it 500. You don't get any games. You get one stick. But if you upgrade to
you get one fucking controller,
you upgrade to the gold system. On the other hand, you can get 2 sticks, and you can get one of 3 games with it. You either get Magician Lord, Baseball Stars, or Nom 1975. Take a while.
You're King of the Monsters, man.
Dude, I remember seeing fucking the Neo Geo at Babbage's. It's like $600,
yeah,
and
man.
I was just trying desperately to convince my mom that we should get one, and that was fucking not happening. So the best I ever got was just going to Pizza Hut to play the Neo Geo Cab.
Yeah. Pretty much the best luck I had to get with like imports or like rare shit was I had to come out here to the Bay Area and go to the New Park Mall.
Oh god.
Because there was a couple import stores and like one of those like little carts that would sell like just like random other game shit. Because back where, you know, when I was living out in the Central Valley, you know, you pretty much had GameStop or Funcoland, and that was pretty much your 2 options.
Funcoland was the goddamn shit back in the day.
I remember always going into Funcoland, and I felt like such a goddamn adult getting the little newspaper that told you the trade. Oh yeah, like, oh, looks like the stock of Mario and Duck Hunt's going down. It's only 10 cents a copy. You know, shit like that.
Funko was so great because their prices were actually cheap.
Oh yeah.
It was like they were actually run by people who knew what the secondary market was like at the time.
Yeah.
So it's like you weren't just getting jacked horribly when you walked in, But then, of course, they got bought out by GameStop.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Everything got bought out by GameStop.
So
Yeah.
the one time I was super lucky with GameStop was, so I was a big Dreamcast collector when it came out, and once it died, I'm like, I need to get my hands on every fucking game I can get. The biggest mistake that I always made was that I never just rented, Rival Schools from Hollywood Video and never brought it back because I could never find a copy of it. I'm like, I never come here. My family never comes here. We always go to Blockbuster. I should just rent this shit, put down the $10 deposit because we don't have an account, and just fucking dip and just never see him again. that fucking business literally shut down like a year or two later anyway. So I was like, fuck, I should have done it.
Really fucked up.
That shit happened a lot because like they would rent out systems too, including Blockbuster.
Oh
It's like,
yeah.
right, $50 deposit. You know, just so you got to give us $50 deposit, and it's $20 a day
Dude,
Yeah.
or $20 a week or some shit. It's like, okay, cool. You get yourself
Project-
$70 system.
Project Justice is one of the few Dreamcast games I don't have that I actually want.
Yeah, same. But along with that, though, I was what was I gonna say? Oh man, I forget now. I was talking about Project Test. Oh, damn it! I just had it again.
Was it Funko? What did it have to do with Funko?
No, it had to do with GameStop. So obviously, like, I didn't have a lot of imports, but for some fucking reason, when Shenmue 2, the European version with the English subtitles came out, it was at my GameStop, and it was there. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, there's no way. You know, like, they really imported it here?
I kind of remember seeing that in a couple different places, actually, too, when it first...
Yeah, so I bought that shit, and they were like, oh, it's an international game, so you're going to need this international loading disc. And I was thinking, I could probably just use my fucking boot disc that my friend burned me. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. And I went home, and it worked. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's because all the loading disc was the same boot disc that everybody used for burns.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, no, fuck that. I'm not paying extra. It's already $60, which was, premium at the time. $50 was the most for a new game. So I'm like, all right, import premium. I'll probably never see this game hit the States. And then it came out on Xbox a couple years later, but I was like, yeah. I didn't have a regular Xbox. Man.
Trying to get those old... Project Justice was a game I waited an entire year for because I only had the import listings in the back of those off-brand video game magazines that would tell you when a game was coming out. And so, like, the date for Project Justice was something like December, whatever year that was. And so I would just call up Games Etc. every day, like, hey, you guys, got it yet? You got it yet? You got it yet? And I'm like, I think I must have called them for like 6 months straight before they finally like, okay, man, we bought it. Come and get it, or else we're like, you're banned from the store, you know?
Oh, man.
So I still have my copy somewhere around here. It's probably in Hawaii, though.
Yeah.
Man, just all those times when there were actually multiple game stores you could go to. Because, see, I remember Babbage's was always like the really pricey place. You didn't really go often, but they always had like the weird niche games. Yeah. Whereas where I lived, it was like you'd go to KB or Software Etc. or even like Target and Sears and stuff like that had games back then. Or, I mean, we had, in St. Louis, we had a store called Children's Palace, which was basically Toys R Us. And that was normally cheaper than going to, like, Babbage's. But Babbage's is where you get stuff like, honestly, where we got Earthbound. Because it was the only place that had it. So,
yeah,
man, those days.
You can't do that anymore, yeah.
The place that I would go to for stuff like that, I don't know, I'm sure it was like National or some shit, but we'd go to Woolworths. You remember that place?
Yeah.
Yes.
They would, like, basically, whatever, say, like, Target and Sears wouldn't sell, they would sell to them. And then you go to Woolworths and you get it for, like, $5-10. I would get brand new goddamn Nintendo games for, like, $10. And I'm like, oh, sick. And then I got all these old Nintendo, that's where I got all my old Nintendo Power from. They had every single goddamn issue. And in, like, pristine new condition. They came with, like, this sick-ass folder and highlighters and a Mario pin. I didn't give a shit about the Mario pin.
Woolworths moved out of St. Louis when I was really young. I remember it existing, but I guess they just didn't do that well in St. Louis because I swear I was probably no more than 7 or 8 by the time the one that was in the mall by our house closed. So
we had mine was around until I want to say 94 to 98, around there somewhere, and then they shut down. Like they all shut down for the most part in California. I want to say they went bankrupt, but I have no idea. Also, I never saw any wool at the store.
Stay out of the Woolworth.
But it was cool, and Kmart was a really good place to find stuff.
Yeah,
Kmart used to have. Kmart would have offbeat games like.
Yeah.
It was weird.
And they would sell bear games too, like no book, no box, whatever. He just wanted to buy a game for like cheap and didn't give a shit. They had that.
I remember.
Look at our options now. All we have is like GameStop.
That's it.
GameStop or Steam or Network.
You're lucky if you have like a local game shop that now tends to be like an all-in-one. Like where I'm living right now, we have a place called Slackers, and it's like movies, music, games, and their new game selection is kind of limited because it's obviously whatever they can sell. But they do have used games. But in the last few years, actually, it was right before we left. They started doing the thing where they would put like the more expensive games online because people know now.
Yeah, that's what
and that's
Goodwill
does.
That's
the shittiest thing. Yeah, Goodwill does it too now, and that sucks because it used to be, occasionally, even I'm saying around 2009, you could find certain games and it'd be like, oh shit, somebody just traded that in. Yo, I want that. And it's, of course you pay, but you could at least get it without having to go online. So
the thing with Goodwill doing it, it taught me something. That all the rare shit that people have been sitting on and have no idea what it's worth is in Texas. And like, this isn't a joke or an exaggeration. There have been like at least 20 or 30 $10,000+ games that have sold outside of Goodwills from Texas. Because people's like, oh, this is here, whatever, get rid of it. I'm like, man, if you just let me dig through your collection for like 10 minutes, I will make you money.
When right before we were leaving California, and I'd say the last year, I went into Gameplay in Long Beach, and I walked to their case, and they had 25 complete NES games that I guess some guy, I was talking to the employee, he's like, some guy came in with a box, and he said, it's been up in my attic for years. He kind of knew what it was worth, so he's like, I know this is worth something, but I'm not going to use them. What would you guys give me? And I guess they bought the whole lot from him. So I ended up picking up Mario 2, Mario 3, Bionic Commando, but the box is kind of jacked. Maybe something else, but I was like, damn, this is crazy. I haven't seen these games complete in a while. Like all the inserts, everything.
That's sick. See, I still have... I still have a lot of the boxes of my old games. I still have all the inserts, like 6 feet that way. That way. I have like a stack of NES books that I just kept because I'm like, I don't have the games, or I do have the games, whatever. If a collector ever needs it, I can just sell it to him, give it to him, whatever. I don't give a shit. And they're just chilling there. I think the book for Immortal's on top. Yeah, that's definitely Immortal. I got the book for RC Pro-Am. You know how hard it is to play RC Pro-Am?
Dude, that game was shit.
Why did my cars change into these little rat racers? What the hell is this?
RC Pro-Am, the precursor to rock and roll racing.
Pretty much. Thinking about that stuff, though, well, I do have a lot of physical stuff. I really haven't actually looked at it in years. I feel like I might just end up liquidating everything,
If you want, some dipshit to get prices for you, I can do that.
It's true.
If you want some dipshit to buy some of it at not inflated prices, you ask me.
I don't think my Misadventures of Trombon's worth much anymore since the re-release came out.
Yeah, re-releases screwed up prices, but they're still fairly good.
It's not.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, because if you don't want it, I will take it off your hands.
It's not that I don't want it; it's just that I feel like I could probably live without it.
Chris, send me another invite.
I mean, like I said, if you ever get rid of it, because re-releases have hurt the prices, but there are still a lot of people like me who would prefer to just have it, like the actual physical.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Earthbound. Earthbound, the digital release definitely cut into it, but not as much as you'd think.
Yeah, that's
still
one
getting
of those.
A complete physical version is still going to cost you hundreds of dollars at this.
Oh yeah.
So the Earthbound you have, is it the small box or the big box?
Big box.
Okay. Because I've seen people with small boxes, and I don't remember ever seeing those anywhere in the store. I think they're like custom-made boxes.
Yeah, it's got to be like just a refund box.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Earthbound came with it came with a unique box and a unique packaging. So it's going to, no matter what, the value will not degrade. It's not going to go down by much at all with the re-release. Like stuff like, say, Symphony of the Night. That game used to go for like $80-$90 used, just the disc alone. And then all the re-releases, now you can probably find the game for $25-$30.
That's cool. I wish I could. Damn.
Did I sell?
I would pick up a version.
I sold almost all my crap. I don't know what I have. I have like a stack of games that only go up to like my hip now. Outside of Nintendo games. So I gave all my Nintendo games to my niece, and she sits down and plays. She, I told you guys this yesterday, right? That my niece beat 2 levels in Lion King for Super Nintendo, and she's extremely proud of herself.
I mean, I'm kind of proud of her that
should
she played long enough to get to beat 2 stages.
That game is an asshole.
It really is. She said the game is really mean.
When she gets to the Stampede, if she beats that in the first day of playing it, she deserves a gold star. You let her know.
Yeah, she's not beating it, but she's beating Kirby.
Oh well, Kirby's pretty fun.
Yeah, I love Kirby. She loves Kirby. I got her a sick ass Kirby plush when I was in Chicago.
Okay, so I think we're ready to play some KOF 14 Party Battle. Maybe.
I hope. We're ready.
People are coming in now.
While they are doing Party Battle, I guess we could hit a few news notes. Just for anybody who hasn't been necessarily paying attention. They announced that the limited edition version of BlazBlue Central Fiction and the normal edition for both PS4, PS3 will be shipping in the US this November, which is nice because I believe the Japanese version comes out October 6th-ish. So only 1 month layoff, it's looking like, which is good. The downside, of course, is the whole kerfuffle about no English dub in the story mode, which I don't really want to get into the whole debate about it, but it does suck for people who really wanted it.
Actually, more importantly than the dub, we can talk about what comes with the special edition.
Hold on. Is it going to be some kind of figure with titty?
No, because it's Noel.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, it's a Noel Nendo.
Oh, that's even worse. Damn.
Yeah.
But it also comes with the soundtrack and an art book, hardcover art book, I believe.
Which is pretty neat. Those are usually pretty decent quality, and the music for CF is pretty good, especially for the new characters. So enjoy that.
I just got,
like how you're like, enjoy that, Noel fans.
Yep. Quick side note, I just got followed by some Twitter account that apparently has the best prices on PC, Xbox, PlayStation video games in USA
man.
and
Is
Europe.
it World of Games?
I don't know what it is, but I don't know if they're listening to the show or if it's a conspiracy. Someone listening outside my room. It seems a little convenient.
Can't be all bad, right? You're not there.
Dude, I just got to thinking about, like, our local place was this place called World of Games, which was anywhere between, like, reasonably priced and just to gouge you for the worst things ever. But the best part is you could always play, like, import games on an SNES that they had set up. So the fun part was trying to beat, like, what was it, Dragon Ball Z Super Saiyan sets.
Oh, Jesus.
With no translation, and it's like, Raditz is fucking me up.
Gibby, ready up.
Gibby, holding us up.
Gibby.
They're getting impatient.
Another thing is for PC fans of Mortal Kombat. It looks like that game is finally going to be coming to Steam. They had a test for it over the weekend, I guess just testing netcode. And I don't think there's any kind of announced date for it, but it looks like they're finally going to get it, and Ed Boon has hinted at, although he has not said anything, they might be balancing the game one last time for that release.
Are they going to update my current PC release, or am I going to have to buy a brand new game?
They have not said yet, but when XL came out, how did that work? XL was a separate release. I don't think it upgraded. Like, you got the patches, but you had to buy the characters. Oh, it might be like that.
Some guy just sent me a message. You sent me a message earlier on PSN asking if I played fighting games when I was from Texas, and I'm like, I play fighting games when I'm from California. And they just sent me a message now. Cool, can I ask you a question about marriages? And I just don't know.
Can I ask you a question about marriage? Marriage. Cool, can I get completely personal with you, like, really quick? On a level that may be uncomfortable to you?
I'm not sure if I don't even really know if I know.
It's like, hey Tony, when's the last time you got really turned on by a lamp?
Okay, well. Oh wow,
those are kind of big notes. You know, honestly, I watched a little bit of Absolute Battle, and I was It was interesting. I watched all of the KOF top 8 on my phone, and I was just, there is so much stuff that I'm really surprised that nobody still does. Like, I don't know, roll through mature swan dive.
Oh man, that's a
not once.
Yeah, that's that doesn't happen very often.
She's in the air. I can hit her.
I guess you know, like mature was not very played in 13, so if a lot of people started with that game, it makes sense.
Well, she was still good, but yeah, nobody did. She was obviously
we had Harley.
You guys had
the
it.
first person I say play mature was RJ. So.
Yeah.
RJ killing it out there.
Who did we
Just
have?
count double check.
We had fucking nobody played mature in locale.
It wasn't like a BBZ or something at some point,
I
or
think BBZ
Pixel.
might have messed with her. Pixel might have toyed with her too, but it was never serious.
Yeah, no, I don't think we had like a staple person who was like all about mature. Played it on the regular. But I felt like we had someone at least play it once.
Oh my god, you guys are getting fucked up.
Yeah, we are.
What the fuck?
Oh.
Focus! Yeah, way to make him waste that meter. Yeah, baby!
Oh, you dropped the climax? I won't drop mine.
Yes! Make him beg for it.
I don't know how I feel about Clark Rackman.
Damn, you're just upset that he's wearing a baseball tee?
Yeah. Why does Clark look like somebody's dad on a Saturday afternoon?
That's why I live on
Wildcats looking good this season. Old Timmy gonna bring that pennant home.
Let me do this. I did this yesterday too. So, I watched Absolute Battle. I watched Next Level. I watched Wednesday Night Fights. Every single one of those streams, someone definitely said Trip Guard and KOF. And now, I'm not going to get into it, but there's no such thing as Trip Guard in King of Fighters. And I'm sick of hearing it. I'm not going to...
Let's just do a very quick service, just to make sure that everyone's on the same page. Because you know what? I've come to realize...
Was it you complaining on Twitter to Oraf during Absolute Battle?
Yes. The moment he said it, I just hit him up like,
he immediately talked about it. He's like, and I'm getting blown up on Twitter. I'm sorry, I don't know.
No, the thing that got me about it, he's like, oh, well, I mean, that's what I call it. That's what it is. That's what I'm used to calling it. That's what everyone calls it. And they're like, no, please don't. And then to make it worse, they're calling every cross-up a taco now, and I just want to smack people.
What bothers me is that there aren't a lot of games that actually have Trip Guard.
I got 3 bars. It's cool. I got 4 bars.
So, don't fuck them.
The thing, alright, let's back to my original point. Trip Guard implies defense against lows when you jump in, meaning you can't be meated with a low while landing. This exists in a couple of Capcom games.
Definitely.
What
after
game?
school special we've been having.
Third Strike has Trip Guard.
Okay, what else?
I think 4 has it, and CVS2 likely has it.
Because I know ST doesn't have that shit.
No, none of the Street Fighter 2 games have it. I think maybe some of the Alpha games might have it.
It might have been Alpha afterwards. It was a Capcom stance, but it's never been a thing in an SNK game. Like, especially not in like the KOF main series. So, if you're saying that it's a Trip Guard anti-air, your sentence actually doesn't fucking make sense. Because
you know, speak words good.
Yeah, you're saying it's an anti-air
that you block.
You're saying it's an anti-air low, but by using the word Trip Guard, you mean they can block it. But it's obviously successful.
No,
it's like me going up to Paul. It's like, dude, don't fucking move there, man. There's a real life ghost in that house, and you're like, what?
Hold on, wait, Paul, you got a ghost in your house?
A real live one.
A real life ghost.
Make sure that you instant air duck.
Hold on. No. I got it. You know what? His real life ghost. His name is Spooky. Guys. Yeah, thank you. There you go.
Yeah.
No, it's been pissing me off, and like
you shimmied the roll. Said somebody.
Yeah. Yes, that's what I was gonna say. Someone definitely said rolls or shimmies. And I was like, what the fuck? I didn't hear that, but if I heard it, I definitely would have lost my shit.
You know the one that got me, and I just left the guy alone because everyone was blowing him the fuck up, is when he started the commentary, and it started it in Spanish, and then immediately backed away from that, which I was glad. It's fine. Acknowledge your Latin American audience, and let's just move on. But the Spanish sounded fine, and then he mispronounced Angel, and I was like, oh, guy.
He just said
It's just Angel. No, it's like let's not follow the record that SNK's actually got on.
Yeah, right.
It's like here's how it's pronounced.
I don't know if you might not understand katakana, but if you look at her original name, how it's written, it's Anheru. So you know.
And they can definitely pronounce their J's in Japan, so it's not actually bad.
And they got G's too, so it's not like they're mixing that one up either.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, they got G's. So Snoop Dogg's out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got certified G's.
But do they have real money?
But do they have bona fide studs?
Sure But yeah, but if you say tacos for cross-ups and trip guards for anti-airs, you're actually
Part of the problem.
you're part of the problem. Like you're inviting horror into our lifetime.
Oh no!
You're actually making Gibby madder than normal.
Yep.
The worst part is we've been having this PSA for literally like 4 years.
4 years, yeah. Cause who pulled up Gibby's tweet the other day?
I did.
Yourself.
I retweeted myself. You can retweet yourself now.
Yeah,
So, you know what? I'm gonna stand on my own soapbox here, and I'm just gonna lift myself up.
This
if
is
that's
literally,
possible.
this is literally the equivalent of giving his hand. Don't make me tap the sign.
Don't make me tap the sign. So like when he retweeted that, I made sure that I retweeted it and then quoted my tweet of retweeting it. Because honestly, stop. Just fucking stop.
Like it's just so weird, man. Like I know people mean well and stuff, and the same just like come on.
Like how far removed are we from like the hop shimmy, like the diagonal shimmy?
The thing that gets me about Trip Guard is that back in the day when we had huge lack of communication and whatever, we understood what Trip Guard was, and somehow it just changed. People don't understand what it means anymore. You can go on the SRK wiki, type in Trip Guard, and it'll give you a perfect description of what Trip Guard is. Hey, it's games with your landing frames, you can be swept out of it. Trip guarding counters that, and not every game has it. You jump, you hold down back, the moment you land, you block. Now, that's Trip Guard, that's not in KOF. And then the Trip Guard anti-air. Like you said, it makes no sense. It's like that Skittles commercial. What was it? Like the oxymoron crap, whatever it was, like Scottish guy, whatever the fuck it was.
Korean.
Yeah, Scotterican, right? That's what it was.
The best part is that when that commercial came out, I know a guy who's Scottish and Korean, and I was like, hey! And then one of my friends let him know, and he was like, what the fuck?
I am offended.
I will have you know.
So I know there's at least one guy out there who is Scotch Korean who lives in Scotland.
Yeah, but
confirmed.
The thing that really upset me about it is I was like on this goddamn mission, and I'm sure you guys remember, just losing my shit, telling people they're wrong, and this is not the case. And then every commentator, oh well, some people tell you Trip Guard isn't a thing, but it really is a thing. It works in King of Fighters, and almost every single commentator does it. Okay, they really didn't. Like Hell Pockets called it a Trip Guard once. I never let him hear the end of it for like 5 months.
And now I never do that again.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? You learned your lesson.
Oh,
but
there's a lot of people who could do with learning a lesson or two in fighting games.
It spreads misinformation, and it's really frustrating because when you talk to people, you can say like, because EOD's crouch B when someone jumps in on you, it's a very low profile attack, so you can call it low profile. Chris, what's the Japanese name for it again?
Ashibarai Taiku.
Is that move where Clark runs at your legs? Is that like hit grab? What is that?
It's a
throw-on hit.
Yeah, it's just a full-on hit.
Is it a low hit?
Nah.
No.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But there's that, and then there's the taco thing. That whole thing's stupid because it's one of two things. People are like, oh, it's taco. It's short for heel in Spanish. That's what it is. And it's like, no, it started because people said EOD folds you like a taco when he does it. And those are serious shit. Those are the two only arguments people ever have. And then when I heard Angel's cross up C being called taco, and then King's cross up C or cross up jumping attack taco, and everything is taco. It's like,
shit! I am so fucking nice! Get that shit out of here!
Oh my fucking
Don't you ever in your life try to do that shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm fucking done. Have fun with your shit.
Wow! Wow!
Yo, the flex!
Oh my
Damn, did you just Did you just auto guard through that? Or what?
No, he just jabbed it.
No, he just tapped him.
Oh, you just, it has no info?
No, it does, but he was like in the middle. I don't know what happened.
Was that 2P and the 5P?
That was supposed to be 2P and the 5P. 2K and the 5P, yeah.
No, you definitely just look like you whiff canceled and just punched him in the mouth.
Yeah, I was like, I would have figured you just would have got zapped for that, but I guess not.
Yo, Chris, we gotta play that clip at the end of the show.
You gotta send it to me, man.
I did. I put it in the fucking chat. You dipshit.
Oh, my bad.
Post it again.
My bad.
Post it again. I didn't see it either.
Hold on. Fuck, that shit was good. It's the Rocking the Dragon video.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. I just put it up again. Dude, like...
Yeah, brainy new puppy face.
The best part about the taco thing is that people don't realize that it does two things that are horrible. It's confusing as fuck, first of all.
Yeah, totally.
It's like, we already have enough horrible terminology in fighting games as is, that obviously people are kind of hard-pressed to understand if trip guard is this fucking, like obscure fucking concept that nobody quite knows how to explain it, that we have to resort to, like, James Chen definitions on the SRK wiki. Like, why do you introduce another one? Like, just it's a cross-up. It's a cross-up. Hey, Iori did his cross-up B. We know exactly what that is. If you told me, man, Iori with that taco rush down, I was like, I don't know what that is. Like, is that something only Mexicans can do? Like, is that only for, like, the raza? Like, fucking someone tries to do it, it just goes the wrong way? Like...
Well, I mean, Kill hits him with the rice. So.
Yeah, like, I was looking at the fucking, like, Smash Brothers wiki earlier today, and there's like, this is called the sex kick, and I'm like, I'm out. Like, you know.
Oh, Jesus, really?
Yeah, it's a kick that's like that's really active when you're in the air.
Yeah, I think
it's basically like the juiciest hit of. Like,
it was like quick to thrust, but like it ends quickly or something. I was like, this is. I just read that one passage that said this isn't in common use because most people don't care for it, and I was like, good for y'all. But why are we just fucking introducing all this garbage?
What is that, like, back hop thing that...
Oh, that's me being stupid.
Aircon gets you on out of backdash.
Meter.
Yeah, it's just like the backdash vapor cannon. He's just doing a special from the backdash recovery.
Oh.
Only a few people can do that in this game, though. Not everybody can do that with air moves, which is weird and new.
They took it away from Max!
Yeah, they took it away from
They took it away from Ralph!
That shit pisses me off.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but like terms like that just make no sense.
Yeah, it's like
just
make it inclusive. Why you introduce this shit? We have a word for it already. It's not unique to the game. It's never been called that. Like, if you want to introduce like authentic fucking like Latin American slang into your commentary, I need you to fucking call every uppercut a gancho. Like, get in here real authentic, like, just be like, yo, pégale con el quinto, man. I'm like, yeah, just fucking hit him with the fifth. Figure out what that means, you dipshit.
It's dumb for so many reasons. And when I my favorite when I used to do commentary with people, and I'd say, oh, you know, to hit him with a cross up. Oh, you mean the taco? No, it's a cross up.
It's a cross up.
That's all it is.
Viva la cross up.
You want to be even more technical? It's a command cross up. Ooh. Oh, that's so many words. Cross up is, it's a hyphenated word. There you go. It's one word, right? That's how it works, Paul. You're the English guy here.
What? I think it's cross up's one word.
Oh, it's one word. There you go.
Cross up it depends, because cross up is something that's really used in fighting game terminology. Mm-hmm. It would probably be hyphenated by the AP in most cases.
And hyphenated words are one word or two?
One word.
It's still technically one word, but honestly,
there you go.
But honestly, when I write cross up, I normally just write it as one word, no hyphen.
Yeah, I know. I don't give two shits about hyphens, tweeting crap, whatever. But
there's a lot of things that we use in fighting games or in games in general that aren't really words, like gameplay. Mm-hmm. That's not a word, but it is because we use it. But if you tell that somebody who doesn't actually play video games, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. Like, it would drive me nuts when, like, people would try to correct me. And tell me, oh, it's a taco. No, it's not. It's a cross-up. This has been a cross-up since Street Fighter 2. Why are you going to tell me it's something? Oh, I'm sorry. It was a neck kick at one point, and then we started calling him cross.
A neck kick.
Yeah. I forget about that because sometimes some of us will still refer to it as a neck kick. Depending on who I'm talking to, I will definitely say neck kick. I'm like, why did I just say that?
That's one of those.
Man, you're just talking about when you talk to LA at Kyera, all right? Stop.
Yeah. Hey.
That's like one of those really quaint fucking terminology where it's like, oh, it's a neck kick, and then you even have the anime version of it because every time Kugi calls it green orbing.
Oh, the green block?
Yeah, the green block, and I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he's like, oh, faultless. Okay, thanks, guy.
No, that's what it was. It was green block. Like, I didn't know it was called faultless defense until like 2010, 2011.
Yeah, just green orbing.
I was like, what's faultless?
Is Daimon good in this game? Because he looks good in this game.
He's solid. He's not. He and Ralph, I think, are the same. Where they have good buttons. They have.
Daimon's probably better than Ralph, I would say. His Farsi will actually hit crouches and cover the hop flints.
That's true. But Ralph's crouch deep.
Hey, ready up, Gibby. We got one more.
Oh, oops. One more?
I think the more I play Daimon and the more I figure out what he can do, the more I'm impressed with him every time I play him.
I do think Daimon is better than Ralph, but what I mean by that they're similar is like they have the same type of options and shit. They can do only so much.
True.
Like the rest of the cast can do everything, not the rest, but the people who are better than them can do everything they can do and better. Like say Terry, for instance. Terry can do everything these guys can do, but has easier damage potential, has a hard knockdown, which is very important. And then
better conversion, I suppose.
Yeah, you know Ralph doesn't have a hard knockdown outside of his dive punch.
Really?
And then he can crumple you with CD, and that's it. It's stupid. You don't understand how mad I am about it. Because you figure in 13, his EX backboard punch, that was a hard knockdown.
Yeah.
And this is not. So I was saying to myself, like, oh hey, I just found this 6th setup. It's gonna hard knock. Oh, it doesn't hard knockdown. What the shit?
Like that one thing you needed to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Instead, they just gave Geese all the hard knockdown.
Yep.
Oh man. Or Angel.
Yeah, Angel has like every ender is fucking hard knockdown.
Yeah, they burn
and if not, you can always at least combo into a hard knockdown.
You know, the best thing is like a hard knockdown can be comboed off of before it actually lands now, so it doesn't even matter. Like before, you couldn't do you could not do air Phoenix kick with Kim off of air Hungetsu zone because it's a hard knockdown. But now it bounces, so it's almost like it's made to do that, so you can combo after it. Except even the D version, which is the same old hard knockdown, can be comboed in the Phoenix kick. Doesn't make any fucking sense. I still like it, but it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I still think Daimon's really good in this game though. Like I definitely don't think he's like top 10 or anything like that, but
that fucking super where he jumps up in the air, scoop you up, like yeah. Is down forward C? Is it good? Because it looks good.
Oh yeah, it's good in this game.
Yeah, Daimon's a hell yeah.
It's not 98 level, of course, but it does hit behind him too. So if someone tries to toss it,
I can't do it.
It's cancelable. You can cancel it into it from jab or far B and get it to combo from anywhere. Like it's really good. The more I play him, the better he gets.
Nice.
He's a character that I truly enjoy in this game, and I'm glad.
Stick away now. I lost every single match because I am the worst, and that's okay.
Sorry,
maybe you won't be the worst one day.
That's why you're on point. That's why you're on point. Don't worry about it.
Battery.
I built meter. That's all I did.
You had battery.
That's why I picked Gangle.
Yeah, now
like yeah.
Gangrene.
Gangle.
Oh, you picked Gangrel? You got the Brood?
Oh shit.
That's right.
We got the Brood. We got Gangle. Then you got to have Benny because it's blonde. And who else? Yeah, there you go.
And now we got Mark Merrow pulling up anchor.
Oh, Mark Merrow is the anchor?
Yeah.
That's who Nelson is?
Jesus!
Why is he Mark Merrow, not Mark Gunn?
Spicy ramen is like just Ramune. No, that doesn't work.
That wasn't intentional.
Oh,
I shouldn't have done that. I got
balls
with that.
All right, I got this, guys. I got this. Don't worry. Reverse OCD coming in.
People need to stop jumping. I just gotta push A more. That's my biggest issue.
It's gonna hit with the rush combo.
Stand A pretty good.
Yes. Stop sign still. Keeps him out of the air. Hits really high. And if you land it, you can't really cancel anything out of it. You knock him down. It's just throwing stuff into the neutral zone and getting his own auto zone.
Okay, what about the danger zone?
No.
Oh, God.
We don't fly into there no more.
We gotta pay Kenny Loggins every time. We can't afford to keep going.
It's okay, Kenny Loggins is at home.
Come on, Chris. Don't get lightning bolted now.
Oh, I'm not gonna get lightning bolted.
You're gonna get lightning bolted, dude.
Oh, he didn't get lightning bolted.
But I forgot what I was on about misinformation. But stop it.
Yeah.
That's it. It's really, it's not very difficult. Like, yeah, there are some old terms that we use that can definitely be like done away with like better, more precise terms, not vague garbage. But and then fucking what's up?
Oh, I was just thinking. I was remembering. I was telling you this about this earlier before the show, Judy. There's something I wanted to say. It kind of has to go with tier lists and misinformation in general. And there's a lot of things that Angel is, but sucks isn't one of them.
Yeah. Dude, every time somebody uses the term hard for her is just no.
Yeah.
Can we just stop saying things are hard? Like,
yeah. Since we're on that, I want to bring up that shitty image that's been floating around. Saying,
the green dots. How many green dot characters do you play, Kitty?
I have no idea. I don't even remember who's what. But like, the thing that gets me about it is like, hey, if you want to play King of Fighters, play these characters. These are good entry level. No, if you want to make it simple, you want to make it easy. You want to get into King of Fighters. You want to learn the mechanics. You want to learn all the systems. Just pick Yori. That's it. He has every single thing you need in the game. He can do everything that's in the game. Kyo can do the same thing. Terry can do the same thing. Angel can do the same thing. Sure, she's more difficult for some people, but once you figure out what her moves do, she's not difficult at all.
Yo, was that Rio Stand that hit that high?
That was me.
Oh, snaps.
I smacked my mouse to the side.
Damn. Sorry I let you down, coach.
Speaking
no, not because of you.
Yo, did anybody hear me? I said, is Rio Stand D that high kick?
No, Rio Stand close D or far D?
He has a close D now?
His close D is the same as 13, where he just kicks your shins.
Kick?
Yeah.
No, he did a kick where it was actually in the air, almost like it could have been an anti-air.
To be honest, I didn't see it. I was smacking my mouse.
That's okay.
I was too busy.
Oh, apparently it is RD.
Okay.
There you go. Because that looked good.
I'm gonna turn off my system now. Right, we're done?
You retired?
He's just like, I'm fucking out of here.
Yo, serious shit. Last night I played, I fucked up my hand. I'm like, yeah, I don't give a shit.
Oh, man.
So here's the
Not
kicker.
worth it.
Like, let me just tell you a little story. I said to myself, you know what? I'm gonna get a PS4 when I find one for cheap. Good at KOF 14. Now, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can bring back what I used to have. I'm actually gonna take this game serious. Not like I did. Not like 13. I didn't take 13 serious at all. I don't give a shit about it. Like, okay, cool. So, my brother's friend was desperate for what do they call it? Medicine. I'll say medicine. And he needed to get rid of a PS4. So I got a PS4 for $100. Used. The control smells like medicine water, and that's disgusting. It looks like someone bit it right there, and it sucks because like it works fine, everything's fine, but I don't like used things because of this. But I got it for cheap. That's cool. I got this free 2-week PS Plus trial. I got a free copy of KOF 14.
That's always nice.
It's very cheap, as you can see. And then I found out within an hour of playing, like, you know what? I can't do this competitively because I forgot my hands are garbage. But I can still figure out crap. Like the moment I played it, I'm like, oh, they changed this, they changed that, this, that. And I was talking to people, they're like, oh no, it's not like that. And then that Atma guy releases a video. I'm like, hey, look, this is what I was saying. Like, oh, well, yeah, you should have shown us the video first. I'm like, I
figured it like anyway.
So I was trying to find the that chart we were talking about, right? Just to reference it.
Yes.
And I was having a time trying to find it on Twitter, so I just thought of what shitty news source can I go to that definitely reposted it. So you all figured out where I went. Here it is.
Is it Gebent?
Yeah, Gebent Jobs. Let's see who the red dot characters are.
Post it in chat so I can see this and get mad again.
Okay, so let's read the description for what a red dot character is. These characters have a particular play styles that will not teach you to go play the game properly, or will give you really bad habits that will cost you in the future. You should
Holy shit! K is a red dot?
Hold on. You're missing one. Let me
sorry.
finish the sentence and I'll point a red dot out. You should only pick this character once you understand how KOF works. Nakaruru has a red dot.
Yeah, I just saw that. God damn it.
The sickest.
Like, fuck. Why? Okay. Also, I'm gonna put this out there. Chang has a green dot. Okay. Chang and KOF in this King of Fighters game is complete garbage. Like, I'm not shitting
Should
when
have
I
a
say
black
this.
mark, which is like
It
don't
is-
play this fucking character.
Yeah. It is week 1 still. Okay, I get that. Chang is hands down the worst character in the game. It's him and Choi. They are by far the worst characters right now.
My favorite.
And that whole prison team is trash. They're so bad. So bad. And also, don't learn the game with Chang in this. His far stance C is the worst goddamn normal in any fighting game ever.
You ever seen the normal?
I wanted
It's like,
to pick Xanadu and play that fucking DDR song the whole time. Just be an annoying asshole.
dude, I like Xanadu just because you hit him with the climax and he literally hits the Rainmaker pose at the end, and then like it zooms out, and I'm just like, hell fucking yeah, I'm down. The only reason why I want to play it. And then he yells at people, that's always fun.
The yelling is cool. I like the concept of the character, but like he's not good. So let's see what else is here. Okay.
But he's not good.
So Kim is a green dot because he teaches you the basics with the normals, and he has a firm grasp of properly using fireballs.
Yeah.
What?
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, example was that.
Example
But,
of properly uses
hold
a
on.
fireball.
Can we?
Are we playing, like, what's up with these colors? Are we playing bingo? Like, what's going on
Yes.
here?
Yes.
You know which one's killing me? Fucking Hein is a yellow dot.
Which means he's gimmicky.
Yeah.
Which means no, it's like, same as green, but the character has some special moves that may not teach you how to play the game proper, or how to properly play the game. Safe moves to end your block strings, move that low-level players will have a hard time dealing with, but more experienced players won't.
I mean, that's how. Yeah, he's safe as shit.
Hein is just safe. Like, fucking A/ is just. I'm pretty sure high-level players can't punish a move that's -1. Like,
I still don't get how Iori's yellow. That's
No.
a green character all the way.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of, like,
Why is playing
Oh, no,
Dice
hold on,
better
hold
than Mature? I don't
Why is Loveheart yellow? Loveheart is basic as shit. You can pick up the game and play her, and she'll be good.
but
Ask Hanzo Gonzo.
she's gonna give you bad habits
yeah,
because
hold on.
it may
you
not
might
teach you
actually
how to
win.
properly
You know,
play.
okay, god damn it, this has hit me. So Terry is yellow, but Geese is green.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck no, Terry's no fucking coward. He's not yellow.
Yeah, right? So, here, okay, for those who
Somebody
don't know,
call Terry a chicken?
Yeah.
for those who don't know, Hanzo Gonzo is the best KOF 14 player in the world. Okay, this is just a fact. His team is Terry, Geese, and it was Loveheart. So he had 2 yellows and a green. This is his first King of Fighters game, really, and he became the best in the world with 2 yellow characters. Everyone.
Dude, you're gonna try to tell me Terry is yellow? This dude threw a mob boss out of a building. Like,
Twice.
Also, he tried to save him one time,
yeah.
and it just let him fall to his death. Whatever. And then he raised the guy's son.
What a
And-
G.
And then
Tell
he
me, is there anything scarier than fatherhood, Chris?
Not one thing.
Exactly. Terry is not yellow whatsoever.
You guys are all fucking stupid.
Stupid ass shark.
Alright. Do we
man-
have anything else?
Here, I wanna
Yeah,
say-
we
We have
this
something
sick
else. We
clip.
have the sick clip of like how
Oh,
good
yeah.
it is actually.
Why is this?
Oh, it's that clip of me eating.
Chris
yeah.
had this, Chris had been on his shit. We would have had this as part of the intro.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn,
No,
that's
it's the outro.
juicy.
Damn.
Look at the joy on that one.
What are you?
There you
No,
go.
no.
Respect it.
Here we go. Oh, no! Okay, I was gonna say, Jesus. I was
So
I was
good.
hoping. I
like to see.
was
Chris
hoping.
thought he was such a G.
I knew it wasn't gonna
Literally rocked the dragon.
Oh, that's so good.
That's what happens when you YOLO. You YOLO too hard, Chris.
That wasn't,
That wasn't Chris. That was some other guy.
That was totally what I just did to that other guy though. Without
Yeah.
being,
That guy got Sakamoto'd.
all right, now we're done.
Alright.
Simply amazing.
No, before we're done, hey everyone, my birthday's coming up in a few days. So, I put up a wish list on Amazon. I'm going to put it up on my Twitter. You can go follow me at Manchester, everybody. I'm going to be older when my birthday comes along. I'm going to be 21. So for my 21st birthday, I would prefer it if you guys would buy me something from the list. There's a $700 PlayStation 4 on there. You don't have to get that anymore. But feel free to buy like something on there. Or there's a request on there. Just tweet at me what I say and I'll be fine. I don't give a shit. It's great.
What a guy.
Oh, yes.
I'm an amazing guy.
Anyway.
I'm going to hit the bars when I turn 21.
One
It's
last
gonna
bit
be
of news, actually.
Okay,
This
go
is kind of important. Today is the the 1-year anniversary of the first ever
Oh God.
13-0 in a 10 in a first to 10.
Is it actually?
Yes, it is.
Really? God damn it.
Never forget.
Jeez.
I should have had an image ready to go for that. Damn it.
So it's the first 13-0. It's also the day that Perfect Legend became Carl White.
With the H in front of it?
You never call that's all you call him. Like you can't call him Perfect or Legend. He's just Carl White now. He's been that for the past year. And when people talk to me like, why do you refer to him as Carl White? I'm like, because that's who he is. No, dude, he's Perfect Legend. No, 13-0'd. You're not perfect, nor are you a legend.
I mean, he's a legend.
He is a perfect legend. He got perfected.
All right, you're trying too hard, man.
Perfected legend.
Yeah. Anyway, I'd like to thank everybody for listening to another fine episode of Super Desperation Radio.
Episode.
That
works better.
Oh, okay. So from everybody here, good night and good luck.